My name is Okeke Manuela Chine. I'm in the Department of Nursing Sciences. I'm in 500 level. I entered school 2015-2016 section.
Okay. My name is Obu Boniface Oyemechi, and I'm in Banking and Finance 400 level.
Alright. What is your relationship status?
Okay. Relationship status. Yeah, I'm single. Actually, single. I'm searching.
You're searching?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What year did you enter school?
Yeah, I entered school 2017/2018 academic session. Okay. One of the major significant things that happened to me was the first day I entered school. So I didn't know anybody. So I came inside school, saw many people well dressed with fine shoe and sharp dressing. So I went home. I didn't ask anybody any question. I went back home and saying that this place is not actually for me. I went home till the next day. I had to ask questions.
My name is Samuel Johnson Odo, and I'm a student of architecture.
Any significant thing that happened to you while you were in school?
Significant thing that happened to me while I was in school. Maybe one of them should be my coming into CU. It was one of the things that really changed the direction of my life. So I think that's very, very significant.
My name is Fumoko Onyeji Precious. I'm in Nursing Sciences 5/5. I came into school 2015 because I did JUPEB first of all, then I started from first year 2016. Significant things that happened to me in this school. Well, my spiritual life. I came into school knowing God, but I didn't really know Him very much. So, knowing the person of the Holy Spirit. Another significant thing that happened to me. I joined politics at some point. Then meeting lifelong friends.
Okay, my name is DK Ifeanyi Chukwu. I'm a final year architecture. I was admitted in 2017. Well, the significant things that happened to me in school is that school made me to be responsible, to take responsibility for all my actions, to be serious. School made me to go closer to God, because personally my intentions for coming to school were not all that to be very serious actually. But when I came to school, I found out that I had to be very serious, I had to be very close to God. And school made me to meet wonderful people.
My name is Anyi Bifani Alexander. I am in Department of Banking and Finance. Finally, I entered school 2017/2018.
What's your relationship status?
Okay, I'm single. I'm single.
Are you searching?
I'm single.
Have you found somebody?
I'm not searching, but I'm single.
Okay. Yeah. What year did you enter school?
Okay, I entered school 2017/2018.
Oh, sorry, I repeated that question. Significant things that happened to you while you were in school.
Okay. A lot have happened to me. A lot, but the truth of the whole matter is that knowing God in school was one of the best things that have happened to me. Passing through Foundation Bible School and building myself up in a lot of faith, knowing brethren. I thank God for the gift of men, knowing brethren. and that's that.
What challenges have you faced in school?
Well, first, a lot of challenges, and okay, combining service with academics, that's one of the challenges I faced with. I thank God the Lord have helped me in that area, and communication too.
My name is Charles Chukwuebuka Numerous. In the Department of Medical Radiography, final year. Entered school in 2016. Oh man, supper and hunger. Being broke is no joke. Then, yeah, I think the leadership position I held, it wasn't easy, sha. It was quite both stressful and fun at the same time. So that's just the thing, sha.
My best experience in CU should be in FBS. That was in first year. That should be in second semester. Basically, that was when I began to really love God and seek spirituality and all of that. And that would be the best experience, and I think that's the best experience. It set the pace for every other thing I finally began to love in school.
My best experience in CU. I've had a lot of best experiences in CU, especially when I served as the charity group leader. It was an experience for me. I had serious how am I going to explain? I had some serious spiritual dealings during that period, and I learned a lot. I learned how to surrender to God. I learned a lot. I learned about provisions of God. I learned a whole lot I cannot exhaust here. Then CU missions. I really enjoyed missions. And especially my FBS retreats. The last FBS retreat was super for me. I can never forget it. I served as the charity group leader, and then that was 2017 to 18, and I served as the assistant general secretary.
Okay, in school I got to see God in a bigger way, and I came to understand what it means to actually use the gift of the Spirit of God. In school, I was able to build up my spiritual life, and I was able to do different things that I thought I couldn't do, as pertains evangelism and leadership.
My best experience in CU was 2018 missions. When I entered CU, I was in doubt whether the Lord is this fellowship, because so when I entered CU, I was shocked that people were using speaking in tongue to sing. People were using speaking in tongue to dance. And I was like, what kind of fellowship is this? So I was in doubt whether this was the Spirit of God that was inspiring them to speak. So on 2018 missions, I was filled. I was filled in the Holy Spirit. So, and wow, it's a nice experience, because since then I know my life have not remained the same. So my best experience in CU is 2018 missions at Obago in Ebonyi State.
Okay, this is a very special place I've been waiting for since. My roommate after 400 level, okay, my roommates invited me to, it was even JCCV said. So when I came, that was the day I gave my life to Christ. And after that day, she was like, join fellowship. She didn't even like push me to join CU. So I had to pray and pray and pray. I was having double mind, is this CU or ASF? But at last I found myself in CU. And when I came into CU, yes, she brought me. I met beautiful, beautiful people and wonderful, wonderful people. And I just thank God for BS Alex. Sorry. I just thank God for BS Alex, honestly. He was really the person that made me to still be in CU, like to stay in CU when I had so many unanswered questions, even relevant and irrelevant ones. He was just there answering me, even though now I'm even wondering, did I even ask that kind of question then? So I just thank God for my BS, George, ABS, Dara, all the co-fights. They have been awesome. My generation members, that's Priestly generation. And
yeah, I came on my own, Sha. One day I was just like, went to VG to just pray. I was like, God, which fellowship am I going to attend? Because that was in my 3rd year. I think I was at my lowest point then. So then I just went to Physio Hall one certain evening like that. That was how I entered CU. Nothing, no much fun.
How I got into CU. I was in 2nd year. I just moved in. Someone told me that they were sharing food in a fellowship and I should come. So I prepared. I wore my fine. I remember I wore my fine gown. I wore very silver shoe I had that day, and I went for, I think it was reunion. Yes, that was how I came to see you. Reunion party. Then I started coming, and they were sharing food plenty times. So I was coming, and then my BS started following me up. And I started coming for the right reasons. But what brought me to see you was the food.
I got into CU. Okay, my sister actually told me about CU. She's not in CU, but she was like, she doesn't want me to be in the same fellowship with her. So she said, okay, maybe I should try other fellowships. And then she listed many of them. But then I was still bent on joining her fellowship. But then that particular Sunday, her fellowship wasn't holding in school. So I was now in my room, and then I heard the different timings of fellowship, that's the venues and the time of different fellowships from IG Airport. So, and then I think CU was the one that I just memorized like that, and I also let me try it out, and then I went to the fellowship.
How I got into CU is something I can't really explain, because the person that brought me to CU is no longer a member of CU. I came to INEC in my 1st year, and I didn't have any fellowship. I wasn't going to any fellowship, but I was squatting in my friend's room. So he told me I should come over to his fellowship, and I just decided to just visit the fellowship, and I came to see you for the first time, and since then I've not left.
Oh, how did I get into CU? It's a very long story, which I will cut short. So getting into CU was miraculous. When I entered this school, I did not know anybody. It was only my sister, Iwo Hamara, that I knew then. So when I entered this school, I have not gotten hostel. So I felt like I should inform her. Maybe she will give the accommodation or where to sleep for that week. So when I met her, she took me to CU stand, and that was how I entered CU actually. So from her I entered CU, and though I'm an Assemblies of God member, so my intention was to enter Castle. So the next day I went to Castle's president and was telling him that I want to join your fellowship. not knowing that he's JCCB Bible Study Secretary Israel. So he said that since we are in CU is JCCB, CU is Castle, CU is everyone. So I should continue in CU. So I was like, wow, for the president of Castle to tell me to continue in CU, that means that, wow, there is something about this CU. So that was how I became committed in CU. And a lot of things that kept me, a lot of things that encouraged me, the meal ticket and all of those things. Knowing that on Wednesdays and on Sundays my dinner is secured. So I was not bothered. I moved on and I'm still in CUT now.
In CU, in first year I was in Campus Evangel, second year I served as Assistant Bible Study Secretary, and in my third year I served as President. How did I combine it with my academics? That's a question I don't know how I can answer. I don't want to say I was disciplined or something. At the same time, I don't want to say I was not disciplined. I would say it's God's grace, basically. I scaled through all of them. The wisdom behind how to be disciplined was God's grace, and the strength to remain disciplined was God's grace. So I'll just say it's God. It was God. It was really, really God. Yeah, it was God.
So serving as an AGS, before I came out every day, I usually draft out what I will do for the day. Okay, wake up in the morning, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to class, I have discussion, I'm going for meeting, I have prayer meeting. I'll just write it down, my to-do list. Anybody that knows me very well know that I usually go around with a short piece of paper. So, and the beautiful thing is, when I served as AGS was when I had my best results in the school. Sweet results. So that was how I combined it.
Okay, it wasn't really very easy combining business with, because I was doing a little business in my department and studies. It was all about planning. I planned my time. I know when to go and buy things that I'm going to sell. I know when to go and deliver, and I know when to make out time to study and do my academic activities. It was all about planning.
To be your goals.
Okay, one of my major challenges were the differences in curriculum change and new things that came out in my set in school, that's as pertaining to my department. So there are just a lot of changes that I wasn't really happy with, and I had to adapt, and most of them came with a lot of anxieties.
I had a troublesome roommate in my second year, and she was a very big spur for me to really pursue God, because most times I do not like staying in my room, so sometimes I'll just go to VG to cry. Like, I've gone through a lot in this school. It's not like I'm going to the worst of situations, but so thank God, Sha, we are here, we are alive. Challenge I faced: accommodation. Accommodation was a very serious issue for me. I've lived in Maryland, I've lived in College Road, I've lived with some senior friends, I've lived in different hostels. The only hostel I've not lived in this school is Adelabu.
Challenges I faced in school mostly were anxiety, worries. I was always worried about a lot of things. And basically I found out that what I was even worrying about most times were not what I should be worried about. Because I remember I had problems with accommodation in first year and second year. In second year I was in IG and I was in GH. I was in the two hostels at the same time. I had a lot of problems with accommodation, and academic stress, design and everything, but that was just the major challenges I had.
That was Brothers and Sisters Weekend when I was still in this thing. That was House of Lights Brothers and Sisters Weekend. Yeah, when President Stephen was still the president. Yes, it was fun. I drank like 3 bottles of Zobo. I ate buns to the extent that I did not bring buns near me. No. Then I played football. That was just it, yeah.
All right.
Okay, missions and joint sent forth. I usually look towards these 2 programs.
My best experience in CU is picnics, love feast, and basically every fellowship meeting activity, especially the praise and worship session, because I love praise and worship. Yeah.
For your spiritual life, who or what was your major influence?
Okay. Well, Mama P.S. Patience, President Stephen, Dr. Chidebere. There are many. Let me just end there. Let me not continue. It was quite fun. Yes, it was quite fun.
Who and what? All right. As regards to several persons were very much involved in trying to help me grow spiritually, and I don't know if I can list all of them, but I can try to list some. Some of them was when I was in first year. The others were when I was already serving in fellowship. So from first year, I think I can't talk about people who really impacted me without talking about my BS. And after that, it should be BS Chigo, Dr. Chikodi, his impact was strong. Actually, my BS directed me to him at a point, so he really helped out. And Mama Patience, Sir Heavens. I don't know if I can talk about spiritual experience without talking about Sir Heavens. He taught me the guitar. When I began to serve, I would talk of Dr. Chidebere and Pipi Kene, and BS Chigozie also. They chatted me up severally. They called me, they tried to encourage me, and they advised me, and I think their advices were very important for whatever would have happened while I was serving. Yeah.
Okay, I'll say the family of God as a whole was my major influence, and then the leadership of some key persons, like my peers and other mentors like Mama Patience, President Frank. All these people were actually people that encouraged me, and they spurred me on to greater heights in God.
Yes, word of advice. When I was also a leader in CU, the librarian then, I was also the deputy speaker of my department. So then before handing over, I was also still praying like, God, what's the next plan now? So I was also compelled to go into to become the speaker of my department, which currently now made my department to be one of the best in health science. So what I'm just trying to say is, anybody holding any leadership position or trying to be a politician in school, if you know that that is what the Lord is also saying, don't limit yourself. And please, the leaders of CU, don't limit them. Because if God has already told this person to go and do this, he has already given the person the grace to do it also. Because assuming I followed what my president was saying then, and my ESCOs then, I don't think I would have been the speaker of Onratsa and one of the best. Yeah, we made much achievements. We changed a lot of things. And now, the current speaker self is also from CU. And then our HOD, Dr. Mrs. Soloma, is also a senior friend in CU. So, that's just it. So when the people of God are empowered, the people rejoice. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, you can end. Cut.
Okay, that's a hard one. I think what I've really understood from the few years I've spent in school is very simple. To love God with all your heart, to love people with a pure heart, to keep a good conscience, and to be sincere and be who you are as God has created you, but be willing to grow and change as God helps you. So faith unfeigned is something.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My advice for anybody that is coming, don't be streamlined. Like, number one, your focus should be on Jesus. That one should not flinch for any reason. And when you are in fellowship, is to build your spiritual capacity, be consistent. The main thing in being in fellowship is to grow on your own. That's pray, build yourself, and build your capacity. My advice for you is to put in your best in everything that you want to do. If you decide to go into politics, put in your best. If you want to do business, put in your best. In your studies, please put in your best. Just try to, if you are called to serve in any office, put in your best. If you are friends to people, put in your best. If you are called to do anything, just put in your best. That's my advice. And trust God. That's another key thing. Trust God. And don't look at other people. You may feel you are not growing spiritually, but for every time you spend with God, for every time you commune with the Holy Ghost, you are being transformed. So it's steady, and as far as you are being consistent, you are being sincere in your hearts, you will go far and you will shake your world.
Okay, I would say that the only thing that is actually eternal is still and remains God's word, and holding God so deeply. There are just so many things that we could get in Him. I've actually seen the goodness of God, like it has been so real to me, and I feel like for us that are Christians and you're still joking with God, I feel like you're playing with fire.
Okay, my basic word of wisdom or advice is everyone should have a personal encounter with God, a personal time with God, because that is the only thing that can sustain. Most times, if it's not one-on-one with God, it can easily derail or go out of the line.